Everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new and you just happen to stumble across my channel. Hi, I'm Mand. I am from Ireland. I adore all things tarot and oracle and crystal related, anything spirituality and law of attraction. If that's your jam, do hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you here. I also cover books as well, fiction and non-fiction, and in that category it's kind of more like spirituality books and along those lines anyway. Not to get too into it, but yeah, if that's your thing, do hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you here, and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I upload. At least you won't miss an upload. And if you want to see me on Instagram, I have it all linked below. I'm far more active over there. I'm still getting the hang of YouTube and like community tabs or posts and things like that. So yes, let's get into the video. I want to chat decks today. I'm in a chatty mood. I have a couple of tarot decks and I have some oracle decks. So yes, these are the decks. Oh my gosh, I am finding it so difficult to talk at the moment. First of all, happy Ostara. This is the 20th of March that I'm actually recording, so this will be at Wednesday. So Ostara and the new moon and all of that will have happened by then. But I wanted to get this video up. I'm like a few days late, but anyway, I hope you had a lovely day. And yes, talking about Ostara, the first deck that I'm actually currently working with is the Ostara Tarot. So these are kind of the decks I'm hoping to dive into over the spring season and probably like into summer as well. Some of them kind of blend nicely. So this is the Ostara deck. It has 4 creators. I will put it there so you can pause and you can read them because I don't want to butcher their names. It is a Red Feather publication. I don't know if I've showed this deck here or not, but it's the one I'm currently working with and I adore it. I really like it. The artwork is very different. I do rely heavily as such on the guidebook, but I'm not mad at that because the guidebook is really nice. I actually really like it. So that's the backs. They're quite glossy. I do want to state as well, it does come in like 2, I'll show you. So the box, it'll come in 2 parts, just so you're aware. It is silver gilded, which is really nice. I really like it, but do be careful when you're opening this deck because they do kind of stick together. But I love this deck. Like, the messages resonate so deeply with me. I mean, honestly, this is, I don't know why I don't pull this out more often. Like, the artwork isn't going to be for everyone, I know that, but I love it. I really do. You can tell that it is done by like different artists, but they blend so beautifully together that I don't even mind. I don't mind. So this is the deck that I'm currently working with. I do love the blend of like animals, and there's like fantasy thrown in there as well, and like it's really, I love this card. Like, it's so cute. I wouldn't say, okay, so you can see where the reflection, I wouldn't say this is beginner friendly because it doesn't have the title of what the pips are. I mean, we can all figure out what that is. But there are some of them that are a little confusing. Like, you know, if you're not very familiar, I'm trying to do this without the glare. I'm really sorry. Okay. Then you might find this a bit confusing. But the guidebook is great. I don't have it on hand because it's actually over at my altar. But it has all the pictures, so you're not trying to guess what is what. So the deck, the oracle deck, as most of you know, I pair my tarot and oracle together. Is the one I'm working with this one is the Goddess Dream Oracle by Wendy Andrew. Sorry, I had to fix my hair and I had to get a sip of water. So this is a Rockpool Publishing. I do think I've done a walkthrough of it on my channel. If I have, I'll try and link it below. But these are the backs. Like, oh, it just screams spring. I love this deck. I love the imagery. Hold on, I am going to show you a card. It is slightly shiny, but I love the imagery. I love the keywords, the little blurb at the bottom of it. Sometimes you might have a question as well, like direction, where are you heading? And it's just, I've been really leaning towards like working with goddess energy and goddesses at the moment. So I'm not surprised. Like I said, this is glossy, so if you do pick a cards and, you know, you depend heavily on lights and things like that, this is gonna pick up. But I love it. I really do. There's something very earthy and refreshing about this deck. And it pairs so beautifully with the Ostara Tarot. I really like the two of them together. Even though, like, art-wise, they don't really match, not one bit. They're not even similar. I love the little unicorn in this as well. They're not similar at all. But the messages and intuition-wise, what I pick up is just phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I love the way these two have worked. And I'm really glad that I actually decided to pair these two together. So that is the first. They're the decks that I'm currently working on at the moment. So the ones I'm going to show you next are the ones that I want to work with. I haven't paired them up yet. So we'll see how that goes throughout the next couple of months. But I do want to show you the tarot first that I plan on working with, and then the oracle as well. The first deck that I am hoping to work with again, even though, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just having one of these hair days and I have like all these baby hairs growing in as well. Is anybody else, if anybody has suggestions on how to tame these little things, let me know, because anyway, it's one of those hair days. The next deck, anyway, moving on swiftly, is the Pastoral Tarot. Oh my gosh, you guys, I worked with this when I got it in. I love it. I've definitely done a walkthrough of this deck. These are all in landscape, but oh my gosh, like I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad that this is landscape. When I say this gives such earthy feels, I mean, realistically, it's definitely one of those decks that you can use all year round. It's not set to just one season, but I love it. I love this. I paired it with, if I remember correctly, I paired it with the Priestess of Light, and I adored it. I absolutely think these cards are just stunning. The guidebook is absolutely chef's kiss. Okay, there's not much more I can say about it, honestly. Just give it a try, right? I know landscape isn't everybody's thing, but seriously, please just give it a try. It's so beautiful. The artwork is so stunning. The messages are so clear. There's no confusion. I mean, even as a beginner, you could 100% read this. Honestly, you can so use your own intuition here to an extent. But no, it's so earthy, and there's something very refreshing about it. I genuinely love the messages that have come true. Some can be hard hitting, but you know what? I'm not mad at that. That's okay. I love the cats in this. For those of you that don't know, oh, that's actually very like my own one. I have two cats. I adore them. Well, I love all my animals, really. Like there's technically no favorites, but I mean, listen. No, they're all sweethearts. So that is the Pastoral Tarot. Guys, I really need to get a new friggin' chair. Oh my god. So the next two tarot decks that I'm going to show you, I'm not 100% sure. If I'm being brutally honest, I don't know. But when I was looking at my collection, and I'm trying to be more mindful this year of the decks that I'm picking up, because my space it's filling up really quick, right? So there's a lot of decks coming out this year, and while yes, I would love to get my hands on all of them, and I'd love to show them here and things like that, I also have to be conscious of the space and the time that I'm spending with these decks. I realize that sometimes I'm just buying decks just to have, not using them. So that's not why I started buying decks to begin with, right? It was to use them. It was to have them for my practice, and each one of them serves a different purpose. So I'm definitely being more mindful this year. There are some decks, they're non-negotiable. They're being got. Like the Seasons of the Witch, there's 2 oracles coming out this year. That's like 100%. I'm buying those. They're being added to my collection because I already have the Salmon, Yule, and the Bjaltana. I want the collection. Okay, it's not up for discussion. But the Ostara and the Pastoral Tarot are the 2 decks that I mainly want to work with, because I really do feel it fits exactly what I'm looking for when it comes to a deck, right? I want something that's to the point. The artwork speaks to me, okay? So I do rely, like I've said before, very heavily on my own intuition. The Ostara one, I love the book. Pastoral, I love the book as well. So I like to add the book in that sense, with the guidebook, for like that added extra information, messages, right? The next 2, I'm not 100% sure, because one I haven't really worked with at all, and the second one is, I know some people might see it as a gimmick. I don't. I love it. I think some of the readings I got off this are really, really funny, but also very accurate. Very accurate. So I will mention the one, or I'll show the one that I'm not 100% sure, but I do want to give it a mention because it does have a spring feel. So I know some people might be watching these videos for, you know, decks that kind of fit into that spring aesthetic as well. So it's the Harmony Tarot by Harmony Nice, who also has a channel. I do believe she doesn't post anymore, but this is her tarot deck. Now, I love the box, right? And strangely enough, I, to some extent, kind of like the cards. I haven't worked with it a whole pile. Who is it published by? Is it Penguin? It says writer on the back. Here, I will hold this up. You guys can, excuse me, see for yourself. Do I think this is beginner friendly? No, I don't. Because it's very pip, and it's not that that's a bad thing. It's just not my thing. I don't really like pip decks. If you watched my Alice in Wonderland walkthrough from Inside Editions, no, I can't. It's just pip decks they don't spark nothing for me. It's nothing personal. No. I, for some reason, have not rehomed this deck. I don't know why. It's sitting there taking space. So I'm going to try and use it. I wouldn't mind, but I pre-ordered this deck too, mind you, because I was super excited because I had only seen, and it was my own fault, I had only seen the majors. That was my own fault. I didn't see any of the minors. I assumed that it would be all illustrated, but it's not. Cute little guidebook. I mean, really chunky. And the backs are stunning. I freaking adored the backs on these. But that is not a valid reason to keep a deck. Although, you know, so these are the majors. Now, if this was an oracle deck, I'm here for this. I love the artwork on this for the majors. I think they are so stunning. Like, so stunning. But here we go. This is a minor. Now, I always state that I am not a very seasoned tarot reader. For those of you that don't know, I do oracle card readings. That is pretty much my area of, I don't want to say expertise, but it is where I am more confident in. Tarot is something I'm still learning, but for some reason I do get drawn back to using this deck. I don't know why. Because I love the majors. I do love the majors. I'm assuming the cliff is like the fool. Let me check. Because you know what? Maybe I'm going to look like a fool now. Oh my god. And she has a bit about the tarot deck. And look, listen, I'm not going to get into the guidebook. Oh my gosh, where is the introduction to this? Hello? Okay. Nope, the cliff isn't even the fool. That's the goldfinch. What is the cliff for? Now I want to know. Oh my gosh. You wouldn't think it was that permanent loss, transition, endings. So that's debt. Okay, my brain went with the fool. But anyway, do you see what I mean? I genuinely... Okay, so see, the court cards then are labeled. So we have Ace of Spring. So these are seasoned. I forgot about that. That's completely on me. But unless you knew... So I'm not sure... Oh, there, that's the goldfinch. Well, see, like, I don't understand. Okay, maybe it's something I need to sit with. I'm slow on getting rid of this deck. I don't know why. The cards are, like, the majors are so nice. So maybe I can do something with the majors. I don't know. But I'm hoping that with spring, I might feel more drawn to working with this deck. But we will see how that goes. The only thing as well... I'm genuinely not picking on this deck because, to be fair, it is beautifully created. It's just not my style. There's no pictures, right? So that's fine for the majors because they're listed, and for the court cards. When you get in to the minor arcana, you're gonna just basically, you're on your own, figure it out. Like, so no, that's not too much of my feel or what I'm looking for. I do want to try and give it another go because it's been in my collection quite some time and I really am more conscious of the decks that I'm using. So the last tarot deck, and then we have Oracle, is I love this deck, Housewives Tarot. Okay, I don't think this needs too much of an introduction. I think everybody knows this deck. I mean, look at the inside. It's like a little recipe box. It's so cute. I love this. The guidebook is super cute. I think I've added this in a tag somewhere, and for the life of me, I can't remember what tag I did. And now my desk is getting like super messy and I don't know what's going on. The back of these, I love them. They're so cute. Like, oh, trust me too. Like, so cute. I don't know, this for some reason to me is just kind of like, I suppose it's that new fresh energy that comes in with spring. And I feel with the Housewives Tarot, it's that like childlike springy energy. I don't know why all my swords are together, but anyway, and it's such a fun feel-good deck. It's not all that serious, although it can, to be fair, give like some serious readings, but honestly it makes me laugh. I really enjoy it. It's a bit like along the lines of the zombie tarot. I love it. I think it's so funny. I'm like, it is mass market. I don't have any indie decks here, so all of these are readily available. You can get them on like Amazon or Book Depository or your local holistic shop or anything like that. But this, yeah, I definitely want to work with this. Like, it's just, I don't know, for why is that? Oh no, for some reason this just to me is like, I love the devil card in this. It's like, don't take nothing too serious, and that's what I kind of like about spring. And you know, we have a new moon and stuff. It's like not really getting too, it's not getting about it's not about getting serious, not being serious. It's just about like having fun and loosening up and just kind of letting everything to the universe. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to tidy up a small bit because this has gotten out of whack, and we will get into the oracle decks that I'm going to work with. And the first one is Colette Baron Reid's Goddess Power. Oh my gosh, hello. I have the big box one, so I have like the big deck. I think you can get it in this size now, which is probably easier to store if I'm being honest. This one, because it's such a big box. I have very few goddess decks, right? I have this one, and I also have the Sacred Mothers and Goddesses. I think that's the word. They're the backs. This has like the old Hay House cardstock. The cardstock, this is like so nice. But yes, I am really interested in expanding my knowledge on the goddesses, and I'd love to do it like this way. This like pulling a card, putting up on my altar, working with that. So that's kind of the one that I want to work with. Or the way I want to work with these decks. It's not so much for like oracle card readings or delving deep. It's really more for getting to know the different goddesses that are out there. I know I have kind of a bunch of them. I just want to show these, otherwise this video is going to be like ridiculously long. So it has like a really nice earthy spring fresh feel to it. It does have like the goddess name and then like the meaning behind, but the guidebook is quite good. And I only pulled this out not that long ago, and I was like, yes, I really want to work with it more and kind of just be more, gain more knowledge on the goddesses. So moving on from that, I'm hoping I get around to it, but who knows. The next one I want to talk about, and it's one I actually just mentioned, and I paired it with the Pastoral, is the Priestesses of Light Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. I love her decks. I love any decks that Sandra Ann Taylor brings out. I think, if I'm correct, I have all of them at this stage. It's a Hay House deck. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it. I love this. I suppose in one way, yes, this would probably fall under kind of like that goddess energy, but not so much of having like the goddesses' names. Like, I held off for so long getting this because this isn't like the usual art style of Sandra's decks. But I have to say, when I got it and I started working with it, oh my gosh, like, stop. This deck has made me cry. Does anybody else have decks like that where they have literally just made you cry and you're like, really? Really? We're doing that? Because apparently so. Because I know, and I've said this before, I know a lot of seasoned tarot readers think some oracle decks are fluffy, but as somebody who reads oracle cards, and I do pretty much very intuitive readings, I don't incorporate tarot, I use oracle. I would disagree, because not all oracle decks are fluffy and sweet and to the point. And I have done readings even for other people where there have been like some home truths, but I mean, yes, does it give you a big warm hug at the end? Of course it does. But does tarot not kind of in one sense do the same? I mean, I suppose tarot is straight cut to the point will kick you in the ass, and you kind of have to go, okay. But yeah, I'm going to finish this on this. But this deck, oh, and it works beautifully with the Pastoral tarot. I don't know, there's a lovely combination of kind of that higher dimension and that grounded energy together between the two. Like, oh, it's beautiful. Gorgeous. So the next one as well is the Oracle of the Fairies. I only recently got this. This has been out for a while, and I was still on getting it. I was like, oh, I don't know. But then I seen it everywhere. This deck followed me everywhere, right? I seen pictures, I seen videos, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then it was at a good price, and listen, it just fell into the cart, and that was it. It landed at my house. There's nothing I can do about it. The back, stunning. I really do. I love this. If you just want to do one card draw, not have to think too much about it, here's the deck. But it has a lovely, fresh, energetic feel to it. Like these kind of fairies have just that lovely, there's a bug, sorry. There's a fly. I'm like, what? It just has a lovely spring feel to it. It's so pretty. It really is such a pretty deck. But the messages, I have to say, I use these in pick cards as well. They're really spot on. And I like it. Like, this screams spring. Like, it's so cute. Again, the art style might not be for everyone. I understand that they're quite glossy. But they're beautiful to shuffle. I have to say, they're really nice to shuffle, actually. I like them. I like sitting here. This is what happens when I do these kind of videos. It's like, oh, I want to play with all these decks now. So this is another deck that I am hoping to work with, just to change it up a small bit. These are gorgeous. They're fabulous for beginners. You know, if you're looking for a nice, fresh beginner deck, this is beautiful. So I think this is the last one, actually. So this is kind of more of an honorable mention, because again, it's like the Harmony and Ice Tarot. It has been sitting on my shelf for far too long. It is one I have dipped in and out of, and it's not so much that it has a spring feel, but it is something kind of like, I suppose, along the lines of energetically, I want to step more out of my comfort zone and use decks that I'm kind of like, I don't know. And if not, I'm either going to move them on or have to do something. I can't just have my decks sitting here. So this is Pure Magic by Andreas. I am not going to garter your name. I'm so sorry. I'm not even going to attempt it. It is a Rockpool Publishing. This deck I always feel would pair lovely. I mean, beautiful with the Harmony Tarot. And you'll see the guidebook is lovely. There's pictures in it. I believe it's a coloured guidebook as well. Oh, please don't tell me I'm wrong. Oh no, see? It's beautiful. Why I haven't worked with it, I don't know. I love the ravens on the back. I think the backs are absolutely stunning. But this is just a deck that I want to work more with in spring. I just wanted to bring a deck that had, or that I haven't worked with as much, and that needs a bit more of my attention. And I feel, you know, it's not necessarily a spring feel, but now that I'm looking at this one, the Gnomes card, kinda. But this could be, you know, I do feel with decks like this, these are like all year round, right? I'm already kind of looking, going, what other deck do I want to pair this with? You know what? I might try and pair this with the Ostara as well. I don't know why this one's upside down. I don't know why my cards go upside down. Like, it does have a warm way. Now that I'm looking at the cards, kind of that spring feel. It has the title and keywords, and it's really pretty. It is a really pretty deck. There's nothing wrong with this deck. It's just sometimes it's genuinely me. So yes, this is the, like, it does have a beautiful spring feel to it, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But, you know, in saying that, now that I'm looking at this card, it's kind of like, oh, that's an autumn feel. So I love this Sacred Seance card. It's beautiful. It's a gorgeous deck. So, and I love this Bridget card. I think it's so gorgeous. So yes, this is one of the decks that I do want to incorporate into my practice this year. So, or this season. So let me know in the comments below, what are your spring decks? What are the ones that you're working with, diving into? I wanted to keep this kind of, the amount of decks short and concise, because if I have too many, I feel pressured to try and work with them. Whereas at least if I kind of leave it at a small amount, I allow myself to have more room and space. And if I want to work with a deck longer, I can, even though I can do that anyway. Nobody's saying I can't. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for sticking around if you got to the end. And I hope you have a fabulous day wherever you are in the world, or evening, or afternoon, why did I say that backwards? Anyway, and I will chat to y'all real soon.